Good morning, beautiful people of Camarines Sur National High School. Welcome to our webinar with the theme, You and Me Together, Managing Wellness for a Better Version of We. That is why we, in CamHi community, are once again virtually together as we strengthen our interpersonal and intrapersonal relationships. This is Ms. Lyra Pigadoy, your host for today's program. Hello to everyone who is tuned in via CSNHS Facebook page and YouTube channel. We are once again together for another event which will surely help us appreciate more our CamHi Salud wellness program. But do you still remember that? Well, of course you do. It's quite impossible to forget such a worthwhile activity, is it not? Now, since one of the components of CamHi Salud is psychosocial wellness, which aims to help in the holistic development of teaching and non-teaching personnel, we will have this program today which will help us develop holistically, focusing on strengthening our interpersonal and intrapersonal relationships, as I mentioned earlier. Our school's motto, which is to provide education for the total man, is not for students alone. Because we, as one CamHi, also needs to be total and holistic individuals. Now, this activity is divided into 3 parts, which are webinar on anger management and organizational conflict management, teachers bonding activities, and launching of CamHi Salud Wellness Program Jingle Making Contests. Does it sound so long and boring? Well, don't you worry. What you should only be doing now is to sit back, relax, and indulge in your comfort food if you must. Leave this one to us. And now, to formally start the program, let us have the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by the prayer, sung by Sir Elizar Francis Fernandez.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilaghang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Someone
Sir Moy, for sharing your angelic voice. Indeed, you never fail to deliver such a charismatic and solemn song. To proceed, let us have our dearest school head who always selflessly and passionately supports the entire CamHi community. Everyone, Sir Sulpicio C. Alfres III for the opening remarks.
The way you react and respond to a situation determine your mental, emotional, and social aptitude. All these are actually the components of the psychosocial well-being of a person. To all of you who are virtually present in this activity, good afternoon. Allow me first to congratulate the people behind this virtual activity that we are having today. The Psychosocial Wellness Committee, headed by Ma'am Bambi Rimokilio, and our ever-supportive PTA President, Sir Ariel Prisado. Thank you for pursuing with the activity in spite of the tight schedule, simply for us to be informed and be ready to face these realities in life. The Psychosocial Wellness webinar is anchored in our CamHi Salud program. I am optimistic that the learning experience and insights that you will gain today will be beneficial to you and to the people around you. Sit back and pick those tiny seeds of knowledge and wisdom they are sharing and let it grow in you for the sake of our loved ones. Maraynal daw po ulit sa inyo.
Thank you, Sir Jojo, for always showing your love and compassion to all of us here as you lead the school. Truly, the school would be nothing without a school head like you, sir. Now, to hear a word or two from yet another man of good leadership, let us all have Sir Michael A. Del Rosario, our Public Schools District Supervisor for District 1.
Good day, everyone. Once again, we are here for this very important activity, the CamHi Salud program of Camarines National High School. As we all know, our circumstances right now is really very challenging, especially to the learners and of course to the teachers who are handling the learners, and of course our management, our school personnel. It's not that we become used to what we have right now due to the pandemic, but our difficulties in coping up with ourselves, with our environment, and of course the demand of our situation, especially in trying to combat ignorance while there are limitations in our face-to-face activities. It's indeed really difficult. That's why I really appreciate the initiative of the school management through the leadership of our school head, Dr. Sulpicio C. Alfres, and assistant principals, Ma'am Gemma, Ma'am May, Ma'am Lynn, and the department heads, of course the teachers in charge for the different committees for the CamHi Salud, and of course our GAD coordinator for this year, Sir Justin Jaleco. Congratulations in advance for this initiative to address the wellness of our colleagues here in Camarines National High School in DepEd Naga City. I really appreciate for everyone for their utmost commitment to really partake in whatever initiative that we are doing here, especially for the welfare of our teachers, our non-teaching personnel, and all others who are part of the team here in CamHi. We are lucky because we have already the law mandating us to always look at the welfare of our personnel, our colleagues in the government agencies. So with the principles and policies of the gender and development, uh, we are mandated to always look into the issues, the concerns, uh, the the problems that we encounter as we deliver our services. And this time we have the pandemic, and very stressful ang ating environment, ang ating sitwasyon, kasi uh, there are seemingly unlimited communications. The more na na-facilitate yung pag-communicate, the more na dumadami ang ating mga kailangang i-address. Ano po, kasi napakadali na ng communication. Once yung higher office may nakita silang ganito, ganyan, and then they would tend to always communicate promptly. And of course, as a recipient of those communications, those mandate, we cannot say no, but to also address what they direct us to do. So that's why whether we like it or not, we really have to look into the aspect of trying to cope up with whatever demand is being asked from us. So CamHi Salud would really help us at least to always be in our sanity, in our state of mind, where we still maintain our wellness, our way of trying to cope up, to adapt with the situation. Okay? I appreciate yung topics ninyo ngayon. Involves conflict management. Yes, it's true. Where may pandemic sa wala, talagang yung conflict management is always part of an organization. And they say that whenever there is conflict, there is the possibility to improve the organization. Okay, so and of course, our interaction with one another always would always have that differences that might be seemingly appear to be conflict. But what is important here is that there will be a time for us to agree, to decide, and to move forward to whatever will help us and to whatever will help us grow. So, importante po na magkaroon ng pag-uusap, magkaroon ng agreements, then finally, collaborate on how to resolve issues that we encounter. Okay? So, good that teachers at this point in time, with this activity, will be given again the time for us to look into ourselves, to yourselves as teachers, and revisit our situation, ourselves, and try to find out what else can the school community, the DepEd, can help us. Okay, with this program, it's not only our physical aspect that will be maintained or will be looked into, but rather also our mental health. Okay, so there will be that totality. Okay, when our health is well, then our body will be well. Okay, they said a healthy mind with a healthy body. So that's an old maxim that up until now remains true. Okay, so we have to take care of our mental health and our physical body. Okay, will also be maintained well. Then we have that we can serve better our client, particularly our learners. Okay, so I hope everyone will actively participate in this and make sure na we do our share, especially the given tasks that are given to us. If your task is only to participate, to dance, or to share your experience or your learning, then do it with passion, with love, so that we show our being one in the community, in CamHi community. So, 'di ba, ang term natin community. Communion means to join with somebody or to a group. Unity is to be one with them. Okay? So, I hope that everybody will have that spirit of community, communion, and unity with one another. Okay? May differences tayo, but we look at our differences as one important part of the community that will help us grow. Okay? So congratulations again to all the people behind this activity and to all the teachers who will be participating, the non-teaching personnel who will be helping and then part of this activity as a support for our education activities, for our attaining the mission and vision of our department, the Department of Education. So congratulations and have a good day ahead, and in the next days, be safe, be well, ingat-ingat po kita, always observe the health protocols mandated to us. Okay? Good luck and God bless to our endeavors for this activity. CamHi Salud, basta CamHi, matibay.
Thank you, Sir Michael, for the consistent support and kindness that you give to the schools here in District 1, particularly CamHi, which is why this COVID-19 pandemic does not really hinder us to conduct this kind of sensible activities. Thank you for your guidance too, sir. And now, this event would not be possible without the great contribution of the people in the Psychosocial Wellness Committee. At this moment, let me present them to you. We have our chairperson and the proponent as well, Ma'am Rosabel Remoquillo, Ma'am Bam.
Hello.
We also have our co-chairperson, Ma'am Azel Mejorado. Okay. We also have the members of the committee. We have Sir Ariel Ciprasado. Okay, so Sir Ariel is there. Also, Ma'am Nia Abante, Ma'am Arlene R. Andes, and of course, Ma'am Avery Sargento. Ma'am and Sir, thank you very much for initiating this event as one way to unify the different departments here in CamHi and to make the most out of our individuality as we become more aware with our psychosocial wellness. At this juncture, let us proceed to the first part of the program, which is a webinar on anger management and organizational conflict management. But first, let us recognize the rationale of our program for today, which is to be given by our program's chairperson, Ma'am Rosabel Remoquillo.
To our PSDS, Sir Mike Del Rosario. To our principal, Sir Jojo Alferez. To our assistant principals, Ma'am Lynn Prilles, Ma'am Gemma Corporal, and Ma'am May Bobos. To the department heads, and to the 470 teaching and non-teaching personnel who are with us in promoting CamHi Salud Wellness Program of our dear CSNHS, good afternoon. One of the components of the CamHi Salud program is the psychosocial wellness that aims to help in the holistic development of teaching and non-teaching personnel of CamHi, to ascertain that the needs of the teachers and employees be responded appropriately, and to come up with the needed activity. A survey was conducted among the teaching and non-teaching personnel of the school. The highest percentage of the respondents preferred to have a team-building activity with focus on anger and conflict management. With this, we, the Psychosocial Wellness Committee, agreed to have an activity that will answer the emerging concern of the majority in this new normal situation where we are in, and with reference to the objectives set by the CamHi Salud Wellness Program, and with the many uncertainties, challenges, hurts, and pains, still, life must go on with our CSNHS family. Let us continue to strengthen the harmonious relationship among us. One CamHi, one spirit, no matter what. You and me together for a better version of we.
Now, we have here one of the people behind the first part of our program for today. One of those who took the initiative on this webinar on anger management and organizational conflict management. Everyone, let us have Ma'am Arlene Andes. Hi, Ma'am.
Hi, Ma'am Lyra.
Hi, Ma'am. How are you, Ma'am Arlene?
I think we're doing all okay because finally we are able to launch the psychosocial wellness program.
Indeed, ma'am. That's good to hear as well. Ma'am, I have here a question for you. If it's okay with you, Ma'am Arlene. Yes? Very well. So, ma'am, here is my question for you. I will be asking this for the better appreciation of our viewers towards this webinar. We all know that they might think that this is quite boring or not great and not helpful to all of us. But for us to know it and appreciate more, I'll be giving you this question, ma'am. I know that some of us here in CamHi are curious to know the reason why, out of all the topics that we can discuss about psychosocial wellness, Ma'am Arlene, why did we choose anger management and organizational conflict management, ma'am? Why is it so?
It is interesting to note that from among the topics we can possibly have for psychosocial wellness, anger management and conflict resolution was chosen. Because aside from the topic being timely, considering the challenges we are all facing because of the pandemic, the said subject matter ranked as the most preferred topic in the survey conducted during the last quarter of school year 2020 to 2021 for us to be able to discuss this in psychosocial wellness program. This could probably be attributed to the fact that the sudden shift to distance learning caught us all off guard. That said, conflict is inevitable because of individual differences in terms of handling the demands and challenges of the new normal. Unresolved conflict is likely to lead to anger and resentment. Now, if that is left unresolved, it is detrimental to any organization. Thus, the psychosocial wellness program of CamHi Salud is crucial in helping us navigate through the dynamics of interpersonal relationships in our organization in order to help us manage conflict and resentment.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Arlene, for those helpful inputs. Indeed, our individuality when it comes to conflict management and at the same time anger management makes something in a particular organization. So it is very important that we know how to manage them well, given that we were all caught off guard with this distance education and with the COVID-19 pandemic in particular. Thank you very much, ma'am, once again. Now, that helped us appreciate more the value and importance of our topic for today. Now, at this moment, let us get to know our speaker who shall talk about the topic on anger management and organizational conflict management. Let us have Ma'am Arlene Andes once again, one of the program's committee members, to introduce our beloved speaker today.
It is both an honor and a pleasure to introduce one of my esteemed colleagues in the field of psychology. Just to give a brief background of his lengthy achievements in the field of counseling, mental health advocacy, youth empowerment, child protection, and community development, our resource speaker is a man of many talents. He took his Bachelor of Science in Psychology in 2011 at Ateneo de Naga University and graduated as cum laude. He also bagged the best undergraduate thesis in 2012 from among all the schools in the Philippines, awarded by the Philippine Association of Psychology Junior Affiliates. He also earned his 18 units methods of teaching in the same university back in 2013 and earned his license as a professional licensed teacher, major in values education in the same year. He also took his master's degree in counseling psychology at the same university, but shifted his focus to learner developmental needs. He graduated with a master's degree in SPED, in special education, major in learner developmental needs at St. Paul University, Manila in 2021. To put more feather in his hat, he bagged the following awards and recognitions. Excellence in implementing U4U program in Ligao National High School because of his exemplary performance being a guidance counselor designate. Excellence Award as a guidance counselor designate and Cable's advisor. Best in Action Research Proposal conferred by the National Educators Academy of the Philippines. He is also a paper presenter in the 4th DepEd Bicol Regional Research Conference, Schools Divisions of Ligao City, Ateneo de Naga University, and St. Paul University, Manila. He is also a prolific community organizer with the numerous projects and programs such as Operationalization of Youth Ministry Manual, Project RED or Ready to End Depression Flag, Kumustaan for Mayon Victims, Musika Pihan, Nakakubling Musika ng Kabanalan, Theater Arts for Kids and Youth, SAFE or the Special Action Force to Empower Kids, Share a Love Project, The Passion of Christ, An Peregrino, and Caring Projects, just to name a few. With his long list of exemplary achievements, I am pleased to introduce our research speaker from Ligao National High School, Mr. Fermin P. Corami. A virtual round of applause, please.
Hello po, good day. I hope that everyone is still thriving despite our situation right now. I could have been happier to be in front of you talking about this topic, but because of these limitations, please bear with me talking on screen. I hope this material will help you in any way because this does not only concern about your organization, but mostly about yourself. That is why in the given topic, the focus is more of the anger management and conflict management in the organization will just follow if we have well understood and managed ourselves. So my topic for today is anger and organizational conflict management tips and tricks. Our topic is not far from our experience. In one way or another, we have been disturbed by this kind of emotion. For some, it seems usual to feel it, but for others, it feels strange to have it. Anger may range from a simple fleeting annoyance to a full-fledged rage. But as we begin this discussion, it is good to know that anger is a completely normal, usually healthy human emotion. But when it gets out of control and turns destructive, it can lead to problems at work, personal relationships, and in the overall quality of our life. When it gets out of control, you may feel that you are the one being controlled by this, most of the time, unpredictable and powerful emotion. Now, let's understand the nature of anger. To begin, let us watch first this video.
Elmo and Murray are with their very nice friend Bill.
Hi!
Yeah, and Bill is gonna show us what it looks like to be grouchy. Right.
Oh, no, guys, I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, because grouchy is when you feel cranky or you're in a bad mood. And right now, I'm in a great mood.
Oh, you must get grouchy sometimes, Bill. You must get grouchy sometimes.
Yeah, even Elmo gets grouchy sometimes.
Well, sure, some things make me grouchy.
Oh, like what?
Like when I go to eat my cereal and there's no milk in it.
Ooh, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Where's he going?
Elmo doesn't know.
I got a bowl of cereal for you, Billy boy.
Oh, wow! That's really nice of you. Wait a minute.
What?
There's no milk.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this is horrible. Awful. I can't believe it. My whole day is ruined.
Well, Mr. Bill seems like he's in a bad mood right now.
Yeah, there's no milk in my cereal. Makes me grouchy. Oh, I'm really sorry about that, Bill. Let me take this for you. Sorry about that.
No problem, Murray. Hey, thanks for thinking of me, though.
Yeah. Oh, is there anything else that makes Mr. Bill grouchy?
I guess, yeah. You know, the normal stuff. Like when a woodchuck is wearing my favorite hat. That really...
Hey, Bill, I want you to meet my friend James. He's a woodchuck.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? Wait a minute. Is that woodchuck wearing my favorite hat?
I don't think so.
Well, yes, I am. Oh, man! Oh, I can't believe it! That just steams my clams. It makes me so...
Grouchy?
Yes, grouchy. Oh, I'm really sorry about that, Bill. Sorry about that.
No problem. But just don't let it happen again, please.
Okay.
Anything else that makes Mr. Bill grouchy?
Not really. Well, except when I see vegetables dancing the polka.
Yeah.
Hit it, boys!
Ooh, a show!
Wait! Those veggies are dancing the polka.
You know what? That doesn't bother me as much anymore.
In that case... but that still makes me very grouchy!
Thank you, Mr. Bill.
Hey, anytime.
Elmo and Murray are with their very nice friend Bill.
Hi!
Yeah, and Bill is gonna show us what it looks like to be grouchy.
Right.
Oh, no, guys, I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, because grouchy is when you feel cranky or you're in a bad mood. And right now, I'm in a great mood.
Oh, you must get grouchy sometimes, Bill. You must get grouchy sometimes.
Yeah, even Elmo gets grouchy sometimes.
Well, sure, some things make me grouchy.
Oh, like what?
Like when I go to eat my cereal and there's no milk in it.
Ooh, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Where's he going?
Elmo doesn't know.
I got a bowl of cereal for you, Billy boy.
Oh, wow! That's really nice of you. Wait a minute.
What?
There's no milk.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this is horrible. Awful. I can't believe it. My whole day is ruined.
Well, Mr. Bill seems like he's in a bad mood right now.
Yeah, there's no milk in my cereal. Makes me grouchy. Oh, I'm really sorry about that, Bill. Let me take this for you. Sorry about that.
No problem, Murray. Hey, thanks for thinking of me, though.
Yeah. Oh, is there anything else that makes Mr. Bill grouchy?
I guess, yeah. You know, the normal stuff. Like when a woodchuck is wearing my favorite hat. That really...
Hey, Bill, I want you to meet my friend James. He's a woodchuck.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? Wait a minute. Is that woodchuck wearing my favorite hat?
I don't think so.
Well, yes, I am. Oh, man! Oh, I can't believe it! That just steams my clams. It makes me so...
Grouchy?
Yes, grouchy. Oh, I'm really sorry about that, Bill. Sorry about that.
No problem. But just don't let it happen again, please.
Okay.
Anything else that makes Mr. Bill grouchy?
Not really. Well, except when I see vegetables dancing the polka.
Yeah.
Hit it, boys!
Ooh, a show!
Wait! Those veggies are dancing the polka.
You know what? That doesn't bother me as much anymore.
In that case... but that still makes me very grouchy!
Thank you, Mr. Bill.
Hey, anytime.
If you were able to control yourself and not go near the ring, you would resist it.
You know, me not much of a jewelry guy, so me not sure that very relevant example.
Well, I see.
Yeah.
Well, say it wasn't a ring, and say it was a cookie.
To begin this topic this morning, it is also good to ask what makes you grouchy or what loses your cool. Are there people in your home, school, and your community that lose your cool or easily gets you angry even they did nothing wrong to you? What kind of events usually irritate you? What is the nature of these events? What could be the common reasons why you can be irritated by them? How do you usually handle your anger? It is really good to know first our triggers, what really loses our cool, because as we discuss about anger, we will know that this is an emotional state that varies the intensity from mild irritation to intense fury and rage, And this variety may depend on our triggers. So as you can see in the ladder, this may begin from a simple experience of being calm, I feel calm and relaxed, to being annoyed. Okay, your face feels warm, your tone has changed, and your mind is telling you something is bothering you already. And then it may become upset. Your face now and tone shows that you are upset. Your body is no longer calm. Okay, and your mind is telling you that you are not happy anymore about something. Then you may be experiencing frustration already when your face and body is getting hot. Okay, your body shows that you are frustrated, and your mind is telling you that you are not getting what you want, and you are not feeling comfortable anymore, and you are trying to do something and like feeling giving up. And escalating it, it may become the feeling of anger, that your heart is beating fast already, that your jaw is being tensed, and your fists are being clenched. Okay, your feeling now is really uncomfortable, like it's painful and it's hard to think clearly. And lastly, the highest in the ladder is being furious already, that your entire body feels hot, that you may yell, scream, cry, or use your body to express your anger. And your mind is telling you that you are completely angry, that you need to express it, that you may say or do something that can hurt yourself or others. In other version, we can have this from being annoyed to frustrated to upset to being irate to being furious, and lastly, the highest in this model is enraged. So anger often is viewed as a single emotion. As we all know in our culture, it seems that that is a single emotion. However, really, as I've said earlier, anger occurs in many forms or in a continuum from being annoyed to being enraged. According to Charles Spielberger, a doctor or psychologist who specializes in the study of anger, like other emotions, it is accompanied by physiological and biological changes. When we get angry, our heart rate and blood pressure go up, as do the levels of your energy hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline or norepinephrine. Could be angry at a specific person, such as your students, co-teachers, principals, supervisor, husband or wife, your parents or children, and even at any random person that come your way. You can also be angry at an event, a traffic jam, a slow internet connection, a delay in the salary, the long wait in an ATM, too many workloads, too many paperwork to check and accomplish, a canceled date with a loved one, and other things. These are external events, but you could also get angry from internal events, such as being angry caused by worrying or brooding about your personal problems, may it be in the past or anticipation from the future, or even at present moment that you have the difficulty addressing them because of too much thinking and worrying. Memories of traumatic or enraging events can also trigger angry feelings. You may remember your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend from your student's eyes or even from the perfume of another teacher. Here's the first tip. Acknowledge that you are feeling angry. That is very, very important. By being aware, you'll be given the signal to do something. Number two, acknowledge the cause of the anger. So from awareness, it's good that you also acknowledge what's the cause of this anger. Acknowledging where it is coming from here, we can start to regulate it. It will help you identify the spot that needs to be addressed. Is it external or is it internal? Here's a fact about expressing our anger. When it comes to expressing our anger, the instinctive, natural way to express it is to respond aggressively. Because anger is a natural adaptive response to threats. It inspires powerful, often aggressive feelings and behavior, which allows us to fight and to defend ourselves when we are attacked. That's part of our instinctive response. A certain amount of anger, therefore, is necessary to our survival. This is our instinctive fight reaction when we face some sort of dangers. We can also observe from Filipino soap operas that viewers enjoy the scenes with heightened emotions, especially when there is sabunutan, sampalan, sagutan, and paghihiganti. It is being evident in almost all of the themes of our drama series. It seems that this depict how we would like emotions being expressed in an actual situation. But we cannot do it because of other factors restraining us to do so, like culture and expectations of the society. That is why watching these scenes give us a cathartic effect. Let's try to watch this. This is also a sort of an icebreaker.
Kaya kung pwede lang bumalik ka na sa boring mong bahay. Baka hindi mo alam ha? Boring ka! Kaya nga si Adrian naghanap ng excitement sa iba. Teka nga, bakit ka ba nandito hindi mo pa rin ba natatanggap? Ha? Na naging akin si Adrian, ha? Akin siya! Akin si Adrian! Akin siya! Akin siya! Akin siya! Wala ka sa'yo, Nico! Akin lang ang asawa ko!
Sir, good evening po.
Oh.
Maya-maya po darating na po yung quartet.
Ah, okay. Bro, pwede ba? Pakitext mo naman sila. Pwede na silang pumunta ngayon.
Sige po. Ayun lang po.
Thank you.
Kahit kailan, Monica, hindi na naging sayo si Adrian. Alam natin yan na naging akin din siya. Kahit pa ikot-ikuti mo ang mundo, naging akin siya. Ikaw na nga lang yung naniniwala dyan sa sinasabi mo eh. Ha? Matter of fact, kung nagawa kang lokohin ng asawa mo, baka nga hindi lang siya naging sayo talaga. Mahal ka? Eh bakit ka niloko? May pamilya kayo? Bakit ka niloko? Sayo siya? Bakit siya pumupunta sa akin?
Oh, thank you. Sir, thank you. Sir, thank you very much. Okay, basta pagpasok lang ng asawa ko, tugtog na kayo. Ganun lang kasimple. Thank you.
Ilusyonada ka! Ilusyonada ka! Ikaw ang ilusyonada, ha? Ikaw ang ilusyonada! Pinipili ka lang ngayon ni Adrian dahil yun ang tama. Ako! Pinili niya ako noon kahit mali. Ang dami niyang pinaglaman at tinalikuran para lang makasama ko. Kaya mas mahal ako ni Adrian kesa sa'yo. Ah! Tama ka! Ha? Walang yama! Desperada! Aba! Walang yama! Walang bono! Walanti ka babae! Walanti! Walanti ka babae! Walanti ka babae! Kaya huli ka! Gaba mo ako! Wala kang liya sa katawan! Tama na! Pamilya na pamilya! Pamilya ko sinira mo! Pamilya ko sinira mo! Ayun ka! Ayun ka! Ayun ka! Walang iya ka! Walang iya! May pamilya kami! Pamilya kami! Pamilya kami! Pamilya kami! Tama na mo! Buntis ako! Buntis ako! Buntis ako! Hey, Adrian!
That was intense. That is actually a reflection of the things that we wanted to see in our soap operas with these themes of rage, anger, paghihiganti, and other things that we wanted to see how we really express anger. But you know, though instinctive or natural to express anger this way, as also what mentioned a while ago, on the other hand, We cannot just physically lash out at every person or object that irritates or annoys us. We cannot even use it as an easy excuse against our own human tendencies. The reason behind is the prestige that we put into our intellect and its ability to rational thinking that should govern our instinctive and natural ways, the key to a more civilized society. This is also the reason why there are laws, social norms, and common sense that place limits on how far our anger can take us. So, when dealing with anger, we use three main approaches normally. May it be conscious or unconscious. Expressing, that's the first one. Suppressing, that's the second one. And lastly, calming. Expressing your angry feelings in an assertive, not aggressive manner, this is the first one, is actually the healthiest way to express anger. How to do this? First, you have to learn how to make clear what your needs are and how to get them met without hurting others. Being assertive doesn't mean being pushy or demanding. It means being respectful of yourself and others. One of the Filipino traits that needs to be redirected is being suppressing and calming when the need of the time is really to become expressive about it. Parang mas sanay tayo na itago o wag na lang sabihin kahit na grabe na yung galit na meron tayo. Just take note that being angry is normal, okay? But how to express it is another way. But of course, it needs training with the self on how to really express it in an assertive way, not in an aggressive way. See how will you react at this kind of situation. I'll just read the situation here and let's see. This is an actual situation that could happen in the school or in our organization. Your learning activity sheet or weekly modules are in queue for reproduction in Rice Room. You are waiting in line for almost hours already. You are hungry and quite irritated because of so many other tasks at hand. Suddenly, there is another co-teacher of yours who just arrived and placed her copy on top of the rest and telling everyone that she needs to finish this task since she also has other things to do. So how will you react to this? Will you express it either aggressively or assertively? You may suppress it. Will you suppress it? Or you will just calm down and just ignore things out? Okay. So how will you do it when you express it aggressively? Ayan siguro yung medyo lalakas yung boses mo and you will be telling the world, especially the people around that you are really angry with the person. If not angry, at least in the level of being annoyed or being irritated. Telling the person na bakit Diyos ka ba na dapat ikaw yung mauna na dyan? Pwedeng to the point na mga away ka na at lumakas yung boses. That could be expressing it in an aggressive way. But expressing it in an assertive way may just be in a form of just explain to the person that there is a proper line and the person may follow kung sino yung pinakahuli doon sa linya because everyone has the same amount of tasks to do. And first come, first serve basis is the name of the game, kumbaga. But you can do that in a more assertive manner, not in an aggressive manner. That is in expressing, okay? But you can also suppress it, okay? By suppressing it, anong gagawin pag sinuppress mo lang siya? Externally, behaviorally, you may just ignore it. And in your thoughts, even if you are angry, you just try to think of other things, okay, to make this feeling more positive rather than negative. And lastly, for being calm, you're not just ignoring whatever is the external aspect of it, yung nangyari doon, yung behavior mo, pati yung nasa thoughts mo. It seems that everything is just okay and you'll just be ignoring also the persons and the people around you just to make yourself calm. Okay. In these kinds of situations, just look at yourself. Ano po yung pinaka gagawin mo talaga? Depending on your personality, depending on the people around. But again, it was emphasized a while ago that if there is a more healthy way of handling this, it is more into the expressing side, but it is the assertive way, not the aggressive way. So after expressing, the second approach in dealing with anger is suppressing, as mentioned also. If we really cannot express it, either in an assertive way, we can then just express it, but this needs to be converted or redirected. So at the moment you feel angry, you may hold it for a while, stop thinking about it, and focus on something else. For example, a more positive thought. In this manner, you are inhibiting your anger, yet converting it into a more constructive behavior. Most of the time in the Filipino culture, this is how we do it. But the danger in this type of response is that if isn't allowed outward expression, your anger can turn inward on yourself. And it may sometimes lead to blaming the self or displace it out to a wrong person or object. For example, to your family members who don't really know anything about your anger. For example, you're angry towards your boss or towards your co-worker, co-teacher in the school. You just suppress it at school, but when you go home, your family members, your husband or your wife, your children or your siblings, may be the ones who accepted or who felt the rage that you have. That is what we call displacement in the concept of defense mechanism of Freud. So that could be the danger of suppression. Also take note that anger turned inward through suppression may cause hypertension, high blood pressure, or depression because of this unexpressed anger. Okay? This unexpressed anger can create other problems, and it can also lead to pathological expression of anger such as passive aggressive behavior. Are you familiar with passive aggressive behavior? This is more of getting back at people indirectly without telling them why, rather than confronting them head on. This is actually how we do it sometimes or most of the times. Kapag harap natin yung tao, we usually don't express them our feelings, especially if it's anger. But kapag nakatalikod na yung tao or with friends, we normally express ourselves at the back of the person instead of just confronting the person head on. That could be another problem of this one. That could also lead to a personality that seems perpetually cynical and hostile. So yun yung usually na mga characteristic ng passive aggressive na klase ng tao. So people who are constantly putting others down, criticizing everything kahit na anong gawin. For example, in the school, this kind of person criticizes everything kahit na maganda, hanapan niya ng hindi maganda and making cynical comments. Haven't learned how to constructively express their anger na kumbaga minsan nga teacher na minsan mga matanda na like parents and other things that we whom we know, pero how they express their anger seems like maybe equated to a child na para bang tantrums at hindi kayang express yung anger niya towards another person in a mature way. So, not surprisingly, they aren't likely to have many successful relationships, these kinds of people with passive-aggressive kinds of behavior. So, we can find people like this in our homes, the school, and others. Sometimes it's also good that there are people around us whom we can vent out our emotions. Okay? Those are moments that we really need in order for us also to have distressing, kumbaga, ng kung anong nangyayari. But if it becomes a habit, and kahit na minsan hindi naman talaga kailangan ng ganong klase mga komento na kahit na maganda din naman yung ginawa, pero he or she cannot keep from commenting negatively and having hostile thoughts about other people, then that could already be a passive aggressive behavior, which is not a good behavior. The third and last manner of expression is calming down inside. This means just not just controlling your outward behavior, but also controlling your internal responses, taking steps to lower your heart rate, calming yourself down, and letting the feelings subside. But there's also a backside in this. The offending person will not be aware of his or her action towards other people. You may be calm within yourself, but the person who have hurt you may not be aware or may not know that you are already hurt. So that's also the backside of this one. And of course, again, there were also things mentioned in suppression level that may also be applied to this third approach in expressing or third approach in dealing with anger. And also, Dr. Spielberger said that when none of these three, expressing, suppressing, and calming, when none of these three techniques work, that's when someone or something is going to get hurt. So here's a tip. Tip number 3. You cannot get rid of or avoid the things or the people that enrage you, nor you can change them, but you can learn to manage your reactions. So the goal of anger management is to reduce both your emotional feelings and the physiological arousal that anger causes. Okay? Sabi nga, you can express in any of these three depending on your situations. But the most healthy way is expressing them in an assertive manner, not in an aggressive manner. You know what? There are some people who are really more angry than others. In fact, according to Dr. Jerry Defenbacher, also a psychologist who specializes in anger management, some people now really are more hot-headed than others. They get angry more easily and more intensely than the average person does. There are also those who don't show their anger in loud, spectacular ways, but are chronically irritable and grumpy. Easily angered people don't always curse. Hindi naman lahat cursing yung mga easily angered people or throwing things. Sometimes they withdraw socially or just get physically ill, kakasakit because of this. People who are easily angered generally have what some psychologists call a low tolerance for frustration. So, karamihan daw ng mga easily angered persons have this low tolerance for frustration, meaning simply that they feel that they should not have to be subjected to frustration, inconvenience, or annoyance. They cannot take things in stride, and they are actually particularly infuriated if the situation seems somehow unjust for them. For example, being corrected for a minor mistake. So, sa ganung minor mistake lang, makorek lang sila, it makes them feel that they don't deserve it. Okay? They can easily be frustrated by it. The question is, what makes these people this way? So, there are actually a number of things. One cause may be genetic or physiological in nature. That's it. There is evidence that some children are born irritable, touchy, and easily angered, and that these signs are present from a very early age. Another may be sociocultural. This is another possible cause. Anger is often regarded as negative, so we are taught that it's all right to express anxiety, depression, or other emotions, but not to express anger. That's why sometimes we don't express it, but actually we suppress it. And when we are frustrated, then we easily get angry without expressing it. Um, as a result, we don't learn how to handle it or channel it constructively. Research also has found that family background, this is the last one, family background now. Yeah, family background plays a role. Okay, typically, people who are easily angered come from families that are disruptive, chaotic, and not skilled at emotional communications. So, ang tanong, is it good to let it all hang out? So, So just relax, take it easy, and just don't recognize this emotion, this anger that we have in our feelings or in our emotions. Actually, psychologists now say that this is a dangerous myth. Some people use this theory as a license to hurt others. Research has found that letting it rip with anger escalates anger. Mas naka-escalate pa siya ng anger and aggression, and does nothing to help you or the person you're angry with, especially in resolving your situation. So what is important now is really to know, be aware first, just like what I've said in the first tip, be aware that you're angry and know the triggers, what causes the feeling of being angry. That's why it leads us to the fourth tip, which is instead of just letting it hang out, it's best to find out what it is that triggers your anger, as mentioned, and then to develop strategies to keep those triggers from tipping you over the edge. So, what are these strategies? Before we discuss these strategies, let us watch first this video for our smile break. Okay, done with our smile break with those little cute babies. Okay, now let's proceed with anger management strategy. So there are six here. First is relaxation. Second is cognitive restructuring. Third, problem solving. Fourth, better communication. Fifth, using humor. And lastly, changing your environment. Let's discuss them one by one. Anger management strategy is relaxation. So simple relaxation tools such as deep breathing and relaxing imagery can help calm down angry feelings. Breathe deeply from your diaphragm. Breathing from your chest won't relax you. So picture your breath coming up from your gut, okay, sa diaphragm, not from the chest. So slowly repeat a calm word or phrase such as relax, take it easy, or any sort of a mantra that will help you calm down. So repeat it to yourself while breathing deeply. So use imagery, visualize a relaxing experience. Kunwari nasa bundok ka, na fresh ang hangin. So something like that from either your memory or your imagination. That is also using the power of self-talk. Okay, so by practicing this technique, then you may handle your anger as of the moment. That is what we call relaxation. The second one in the list is cognitive restructuring. So in cognitive structuring, simply put, this means changing the way you think. Angry people tend to curse, swear, or speak in highly colorful terms that reflect their inner thoughts. So, when you're angry, your thinking can get very exaggerated and overly dramatic. Try replacing these thoughts with more rational ones. For instance, instead of telling yourself, "Oh, it's awful, it's terrible, everything's ruined," okay, it seems like it's the end of the world. Okay, instead of saying that, you may just say, "It's really frustrating, and it's understandable that I'm actually upset about it, but it's not the end of the world, and getting angry is not going to fix it anyhow." So you can restructure your thoughts and express it in a more assertive manner rather than in an aggressive manner. Okay, so that's number two. List of anger management strategies is problem solving. Sometimes our anger and frustrations are caused by very real and inescapable problems in our lives. Not all anger is misplaced, as mentioned, and often it's a healthy natural response to these difficulties, right? There's also a cultural belief na parati nating naririnig that every problem has a solution. And it adds to our frustration to find out that this is not always the case, na parating may solusyon as of the very moment that we have a problem. Because of this, we are more frustrated. So the best attitude to bring to such a situation is not to focus in finding the solution, but rather on how you handle and face the problem. Okay, so what we'll do is make a plan, check your progress along the way, resolve to give it to your best, okay, but also not to punish yourself if an answer doesn't come right away, because you'll be less likely to lose patience even if the problem does not get solved right away. Okay, so really focus on not really in finding the solution, but on how you deal with it as of the moment, by accepting your realities also. Okay, on the list is better communication. Angry people tend to jump to and act in conclusions, and some of those conclusions can be very inaccurate. Just for an example, may isang galit na teacher, sabi niya, kasi may nangyaring hindi maganda, for example, in the process. And then, sasabihin ka agad niya, si Miss Sinto-Sinto na naman niya, may pakana niyan. So, and then knowing later that it's not actually her. So it's just jumping into conclusion because the person is angry as of the moment. The first thing to do if you are in a heated discussion is slow down and think through your responses. So don't say the first thing that comes into your head, but slow down and think carefully about what you want to say. At the same time, listen carefully to what the other person is saying and take your time before answering. In our busy world right now, especially in our school, we tend not to listen to each other anymore. So listen to what is underlying the anger. For instance, you like a certain amount of freedom and personal space, for example, as a husband or as a boyfriend or as a teacher, and your significant other, for example, your wife, your girlfriend, and your co-teachers wants more connection and closeness. So baka magkaiba lang yung need nyo. So you really need to listen to each other. You want freedom, but the other one wants closeness. So we need to start discovering what should be done in order to have this compromise or adjustment for each other. So if these persons around us are already complaining about our activities, don't always retaliate by painting them in your hand as if they are a warden in a jail or somebody who would like to restrict you in anything that you would like to do. So you need also to adjust, you need also to compromise, okay, for you to have this space for better relationship. Okay, so it's natural to get defensive when you're criticized, especially by our bosses or other people around us. But don't fight back yet, okay? Or don't fight back right there and then. Instead, listen to what's underlying the words. For example, a department head is telling you something uh, about not informing him or her about things that are happening inside the department. So your initial response is to fight back, and at the back of your mind you will say that this person is so particular with his or her position. Okay? Maaring yun yung pinag-uusapan ninyo na si ma'am na ganito o sir na ganito, masyadong particular sa position niya. Well, in fact, when you hear it from the person, what the person really just wanted is to have better coordination or better communication with you. So by adjusting it, both of you adjusting it and compromising, then that may actually resolve your conflicts or issues within the organization. Okay, one is using humor. According to Dr. Defenbacher, the underlying message of highly angry people is this: things must go my way. Okay, so angry people tend to feel that they are morally right, that any blocking or changing of their plans is an unbearable indignity, and that they should not have to suffer this way. Maybe other people do, but not them. Okay, that's why he suggests that when you feel that urge, if you are that kind of person, an angry person, he suggests to picture yourself as a god or a goddess, a supreme ruler. This is how we use humor here. Who owns the streets and stores and office space and everything. Halimbawa, you're in a traffic jam. So when you're thinking about it, the more detail you can get into your imaginary scenes, the more chances that you have to realize that maybe you are being unreasonable. That you'll also realize how unimportant the things you're angry about really are. With those things in mind, with those details in mind, you may feel that you are being unreasonable and you may just laugh about it. Okay? However, there are two cautions in using humor. First, don't try to just laugh off your problems. Anger is a serious emotion. Rather, use humor to help yourself face them constructively. Second, don't give in to harsh, sarcastic humor. That's just another form of unhealthy anger expression, okay, which we called a while ago as passive aggression. Okay, what these techniques have in common is a refusal to take yourself too seriously or other people. Okay, so humor, we use it in order for us to be accompanied by ideas of being light and happy, or at least humorous in times like stressful situations that we have, especially when we have this feeling of anger. For example, when we talk about your former relationships, you may think that during those times you were actually angry. During those times you were actually enraged with the idea that you were left, that these people were being dishonest about you. Okay, but for example, as of this moment, pwedeng pagtatawanan mo na lang and just think of it na bakit ko siya iniyakan noong mga panahon? Why did I make myself feel stupid during those times? So you can just think about it and then add humor to it. So that is the fifth one, using humor. The sixth and the last one, of course not the least, is changing your environment. Okay, sometimes it's our immediate surroundings that give us cause for irritation and fury. So give yourself a break. Make sure you have some personal time also. Schedule a personal time in a day that you know that is actually stressful. Okay, one example is a working mother that has this rule in the house. So pag uuwi na tong mother na ito, sasabihin niya, pag uwi ng bahay na, give me 15 minutes. I mean to say, the rule in the house is, when I come home, nobody talks to me. Nobody talks to mom in 15 minutes unless the house is on fire. So unless there is this emergency situation, nobody talks to me. Okay, in 15 minutes. That's part of the me time, or a time to recuperate from a very stressful work. So after this brief quiet time, she feels better prepared to handle demands from her kids without blowing up at them. So that's changing your environment. But you know, if we cannot change the environment or situation, we can always change our attitude towards the situation. But of course, it's good to have these rules that people acknowledge around you, so that we respect each other's environment. Okay, so for the fifth tip, in handling anger, timing is also important. Okay, what do you mean by this? If you and your spouse tend to fight when you discuss things at night, for example, perhaps you're tired or distracted, or maybe it's just a habit, try changing the times when you talk about important matters so these talks don't turn into arguments. That's why timing is important. In all of the strategies that I've mentioned, timing is important. And the person who may really know when to use these strategies is you. So, depending on your own situation. So, timing is important in handling anger. Sixth tip, pang-anim na tip. If you feel anger is really out of control, consider counseling to learn how to handle it better. Okay? If you feel that your anger is really out of control, if it's having an impact on your relationships and on important parts of your life, you might consider counseling to learn how to handle it better. So, a psychologist or other licensed mental health professional can work with you in developing a range of techniques for changing your thinking and your behavior. Because there are normal situations when we feel that this anger is also normal. But when things get into worse expressions of anger, then when it's already affecting your life, the people around you negatively, then you might consider counseling, especially if this is already a case of an anger crisis within you. So if you have this difficulty to manage your emotions already, especially your anger, then other people, especially mental health professional, may help you. Okay, and seventh tip, okay, consider the 5 ways to a happy and healing life. But before we go into these 5 ways to a happy and healing life, let's just pause for a while and have a break and watch this video.
When you wanna do something that's new and it seems really, really hard to do, you feel like quitting, you feel you're through. Well, I have some advice for you. Don't give up, keep on trying, you're gonna make it. I ain't lying, don't give up, don't ever quit. Try and you can do it. Don't give up, yeah. If you want to catch a ball, but you're having no luck at all, the ball hits your head, it hits your nose, it hits your belly, your chin and toes. Well, try again. Keep on trying, and soon then you'll put your hands out in the air. You'll catch that ball, yes, this I swear. Don't give up, keep on going. You're on a ball, so keep on rolling. Don't give up, don't ever stop. Try, and you'll come out on top. Don't give up. You got yourself new roller skates, you put them on and you feel great. You stand up, but then you fall. Don't think you can skate at all. You get back up and then you trip. You skip and tip and slip and flip. Well, try some more, and soon you're skating across the floor. Don't give up, keep on moving. You're gonna get there, just keep on grooving. Don't give up, don't pack it in. Try and you will win. Don't give up, no, don't give up. No, don't give up. No, don't give up. No, don't give up.
Very much, Bruno Mars, for that song, Not Giving Up, because really this is the last part of our session today. So, allow me to present to you the 5 ways to allow a happy and healing life. So, this is a collection of my insights regarding the things that I'm dealing with the clients I have, their problems, their concerns. So, these are the takeaways for today. So, the first one is awareness. So, in order to achieve awareness, the first thing that you need to do is to stop. So have me time, have time for yourself, a time to stop and be grounded with your relationship with yourself. So it's important to stop for a while because in this world that is fast-paced, sometimes we tend to neglect this part of ourselves. So after stopping, when we have this opportunity to stop, we will have also the opportunity to reflect to take time to reflect. And it is sometimes hard to do this because of our busy world. But you need to have this time to see yourself at a distance, as if you are watching yourself in front of a mirror. And if you had this chance of having a reflection for yourself, then insights may come in. Okay, this is the fruit of your reflection. You will notice that when you stop for a while and reflect, you will have this tendency to gain insight about your present condition. This will, in effect, enhance your self-awareness, the most basic life skill that one must learn to develop within himself or herself. So, kumbaga, if you are sick, you will not go to the doctor and consult if you are not aware that you are sick. So the very first thing that you really need to develop within the self is the awareness. So be grounded on our situation every day and every moment. Second way to allow a happy and healing life is acceptance. Let us accept that we cannot control all of the things that surround us. One thing that this pandemic brought us was making us feel unable to control things, even our own lives. So if we are aware, we will know where to begin. So from those things that we can actually control, it is really difficult to be happy and to have a healing life when we always deny our own realities. So be open to the new possibilities. This will be impossible if we have this difficulty to accept life's realities. So live the moment. Just live the moment. If it is painful, just feel it. Just let it be. If it's part of life, then so be it. And every pain is part of a healing process. Then, lastly, you may be able to decide because of acceptance. Moving forward is easier when you know where you are and when you have finally accepted your own reality. This will help you decide better about your life. Then, the third way is forgiveness. Awareness and acceptance are not enough. You need to learn to forgive in order to have a happy and healing life. But know that this is not easy. We know that you need to prepare for this. So have cognitive restructuring that forgiving is not actually forgetting. You can forgive but not forget. Okay? But when you forgive, healing may start. And even if you can still recall or remember the event, the person, the pain will subside because the healing already has started. And of course, this forgiveness needs preparedness within yourself. So prepare when you forgive. You consider time because again, it is not easy. But it will be worth the try. Minsan nga, yung taong di mo pinapatawad, masaya na, naka-move on na sa buhay. Pero ikaw na hindi nagpatawad, ikaw yung nagdadala ng burden araw-araw. So, do not forget, use these experiences to make you stronger. But please do forgive. Remember that forgiving also includes yourself. Not only forgiving others, but also forgiving yourself. Sometimes it's difficult to give this to ourselves, the chance to forgive ourselves from our past mistakes or from our guilt feelings. So please do that also for yourself. The fourth way is letting go or let go. Okay? You can only do this when you have considered the first three: awareness, acceptance, and forgiveness. This is not an easy road, but you can do it if you have undergone the process. Sabi nga, no, it's not easy. Okay? We need awareness. Okay? We need awareness that this is not easy. But when you do let yourself go of these things, it will start the facilitation of freedom. Okay? Letting go facilitates freedom. In letting go and in the process of being free, you are accepting new realities within yourself. Okay? Just let me give you an example. That is the story of that thing called the Hannah with Angelica and JM de Guzman. When they were crossing the overpass, Angelica has this luggage. Okay, ang bigat ng mga dala-dala. Tapos sabi ni JM, tulungan na kita. Sabi ni Angelica, no, kaya ko. Pero sabi ni JM, kaya mo nga, pero mahirap. Okay? So, nung nasa taas na sila, nahihirapan siya, ulit sasabihin ni JM, tulungan na kita. Sabi ni Angelica, no, hindi, kaya ko to. Sabi ni JM again, kaya mo nga, pero mahirap. And then when time comes na malapit silang bumaba, nahihirapan na si Angelica Panganiban, binaba niya yung kanyang luggage at umiiyak na nahihirapan na. So know that in our life, sometimes we need to let go, not really to leave everything behind, but to let go sometimes in order for you to have this travel that is lighter than usual. You may go back to it, you may not go back to it, but what is important is as of the moment you travel light. Okay? Because in doing so, it facilitates renewal, it facilitates healing. Okay? Just like the metaphor of water. So just imagine a water in a jar. It's not flowing. Okay, for example, it's not flowing. The water in there will become stagnant and all of the living things in it. Okay, but if it lets go and if it's already starting to flow, then the water inside will always become fresh. It's the same way with letting go. When you always let go of things, of course, it's an easy process. After all the three processes first, then it will make your life fresh as new as before. The last way is moving on. It's actually difficult to achieve this, so you need to come across the first four. The first one is awareness, second one is acceptance, the third one is forgiveness, the fourth one is letting go, and then finally you come to this place, moving on. Okay, this is step, and you move on because you need to. However slow or whatever your means are, nakabike ka man, nakamotor ka man, nakakotse ka man, o naka-aeroplano ka man, you need to move on in this journey of life. You need to do it for yourself, first and foremost, because no one can do it for you. Okay? Please have a fresh new start, because moving on will help you experience this fresh new start, especially if you have genuinely undergone the process. You will become one step stronger if you do this. It also means making you one step stronger, and you will have that feeling that you became braver and more ready to face the world again. These are not easy steps. That's why we need inspiration to always continue to choose moving forward in our life. In my personal life, in order for me to become more aware of myself, more accepting of the realities in my life, to be more forgiving of myself and others, and to open myself to let go of things and to move forward in my life, my very inspiration is actually Christ. Okay, an inspiration in my life. You can also have that your personal inspiration, and will make the burden easier for you, or that will make things easier for you to carry, and that is for me. And also, if I may add in the process, managing my anger, of course, he may also be my guide towards it. So ayan, hope that this session, though short, has helped us in understanding the nature of anger, and also somehow help us to see ourselves in terms of this kind of emotion and how we handle ourselves and our organization. So take note, the world is like we think it is. Our attitude towards living is all that matters. So thank you for inviting me over to Ate Ava and to Ate Arlene, who were the instruments to invite me to your session with Camarines Sur National High School. Please keep safe always, and God bless you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye po.
Thank you, Sir Fermin Kuruming, for the worthwhile discussion on anger and organizational conflict management. Let us now come to the awarding of the Certificate of Appreciation to our resource speaker. May I read the citation? Department of Education, Schools Division Office of Naga City, Camarines Sur National High School. Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Sir Fermin P. Kuruming for sharing his invaluable knowledge and expertise on the topic Anger Management and Organizational Conflict Management during the webinar entitled You and Me Together, Managing Wellness for a Better Version of We, as part of the CamHi Salud program, Psychosocial Wellness, held on October 29, 2021 at Camarines Sur National High School. Given this 29th of October 2021 at Camarines Sur National High School, Naga City. Signed, Sulpicia C. Alfres III, PhD, Principal 4, and Michael A. Del Rosario, Public Schools District 1 Supervisor. At this time, let us have the great people behind the second part of our program for today. The ones who are in charge for the teachers' bonding activities. Everyone, let us all welcome Ma'am Rosabel Ramoquilla, Ma'am Bam, and Sir Ariel Presado. Hi, Ma'am and Sir. How are you doing, Ma'am Bam? How are you doing, Ma'am?
I'm okay. I think I'm okay. And I will be okay until this activity will be done.
Okay, yes, I understand you, Ma'am Bam. How about you, Sir Ariel? How are you?
Yeah, fantastic. I'm doing very well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, fantastic and very well. And of course, I think we are all feeling great today and healthy, definitely. So, Ma'am and Sir, just like earlier, I'll be giving you 2 questions, one for each, and that's part of the program. Is that okay, Ma'am and Sir?
Yeah.
Ready, Sir? Ma'am? You don't have any other choice, Ma'am. So this is actually for our viewers to really appreciate what is going on now. Now, Ma'am Bam, Ma'am Rosabel, I'll be starting with you. Ma'am, my question for you is, why do you think that it is still necessary for us teachers and non-teaching staff to bond given the tasks that are laid down to us, from the module distribution to outputs checking and those tasks in between? Why is it important, Ma'am Bam?
Yes. Actually, Miss Lyra, that's one thing na hinahangaan ng mga teachers, sa ating mga teachers. Every situation, every task ay ginagawa nilang bonding activities. And allow me to share this.
Yes, ma'am.
Very applicable kasi ito sa ating mga teachers at sa situation natin ngayon. Itong text relational models theory is stating that communal sharing daw is the foundation of relationships in which people feel shared identity and are motivated by unity and shared commit resources according to need and ability. And because of this pandemic Lyra,
yes, ma'am.
the usual tasks ng mga teachers are tailored based on the IATF protocols to ensure naman everyone's safety and protection. Kasi kailangan din natin ito mga teachers. Even nga in the non-teaching, itong mga non-teaching personnel natin, ay mandatory sa amin yung work from home because
Yes,
of
ma'am.
the alternative work arrangement. And as such, dahil dito, a majority of the tasks now revolve from sorting of self-learning modules, sabi mo nga, learning activity sheets, sorting of the advisory class envelope by center, center duty assignments, and to retrieval of learners submitted outputs by grade level and by section. Ang dami pa actually.
Yes.
And carrying out this task enable the teachers to still have a sense of communal sharing. Itong shared identity despite the very challenging situation nga that we are all facing. And though sometimes nga in carrying out the respective task, conflicts is inevitable. Na-mention din kanina ni Ma'am
Arlene.
Hindi natin ito naiiwasan because everyone nga has different strategies and styles. Kanya-kanya yan ng paraan in accomplishing the given task. And because of that, the Psychosocial Wellness CamHi Salud program and we as members will help us to step back, reflect in order to strengthen our sense of communal sharing and shared identity as one CamHi. And in the Psychosocial Wellness of CamHi Salud program, the activities here are lined up for us to help everyone band together as one community despite our differences.
Yes.
That's it, Miss Lyra.
Wow, thank you very much, ma'am, for those very helpful insights that indeed, even though we, both the teaching and non-teaching staff, have a lot of tasks to do, we must still be able to find ways on how we will be, talking with each other and having those kinds of harmonious relationships. And very good example are the sorting of modules. And it's actually not, yes, ma'am, it's not only done by the teachers because the non-teaching staff are also, a part of it.
The reproduction of
yes,
the modules are being
indeed.
done by the
Yes, ma'am.
non-teaching,
Up to the retrieval of answer sheets, they are the ones who are actually taking care of it, sorting. Yes,
sila
ma'am.
naman talaga yung nagsusort nito, ano?
Yeah, so thank you very much, Ma'am Bam, for sharing your insights about the importance of teachers' bonding activities that we will be seeing later on. And now, we'll proceed to Sir Ariel. Are you ready, Sir Ariel? Yes, very much ready. Now, my question for you, sir, what are the benefits that we might get from these team building activities or any bonding activities, sir?
Ma'am Lyra.
Yes, sir. It's okay.
There are several benefits of team building activities that we could get. And some to mention are better communication, into yung communication between the staff or the employees in the department. And then we also have that increased productivity. Once there is a sort of communication, understanding the production or the project or whatever programs that you have in a company or in a community, it will develop more. And then also improve morale. We also have increased motivation to motivate the people around or that includes in the community. So they are all helping each other. And then another one, you can also develop or identify a person or a leader to become the qualities of being a leader. And another one is the creativity is to also encourage. And then we also increase confidence level for those who are shy type. So nabubos nila yung sarili nila.
Yes,
and then
confidence.
Another one is to improve mental health. So that's it. And then another one in team building also help for foster workplace health. It is a well-functioned team can decrease stress and tension in the workplace. Job stress doesn't just negatively impact your employees. And sometimes mental health, it also can lead to physical problems, such as elevated blood pressure and an increased risk of occupational injuries. And another one is team building activities will be more important to help keep your people connected wherever they are based. So even you are far from each other, you still be connected. And these activities can range from a short problem to solve, which can be done online to face-to-face. And they can also make a sort of games, like for example, the scavenger hunt. And while some people team building as a nice break, so they consider it as a nice break for yung matagal ng pagtatrabaho nila.
Yes, sir.
So bali, yung talagang panahon na yun, yung para pahinga or makakapag-relax sila. And lastly, this is to develop the skills and knowledge of your staff as well as help build rapport between your teams. That's
Yes, thank you very much, Sir Ariel, for that very comprehensive discussion about the benefits that we might get from these teachers bonding activities or team building activities. That indeed, despite this pandemic, COVID-19, the presence of COVID-19, we are still able to be happy and we are still able to cope up with any situation that might arise. And these teaching activities or teachers bonding activities do not only help us become happy, because this actually help us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, like what Sir Ariel has mentioned a while ago. Once again, thank you very much, Ma'am Bam and Sir Ariel, for providing us with those meaningful insights about the importance of teachers' bonding activities and the benefits that we might get from it. Thank you, teachers! Certainly, as the song says, nothing can stop us now. We can always find ways to bond and be happy despite of and in spite of, as we say. This time, we shall watch the video presentations prepared by the different departments, which will show how teachers manage to bond despite the heavy load of tasks that we are facing. Dearest teachers, show it!
So if you're feeling like dancing frequently, just tune in the magic frequency. Don't worry about it, cause we're gonna live life like it's a song. So turn it on and sing along. It's alright if it goes wrong. Just keep calm and carry on. And sing along. Do you wonder if the thunder is gonna knock at your door? Are you waiting for the day all the lions will roar? So if you're feeling like dancing frequently, just tune in the magic frequency. Don't worry about it, cause we're gonna live life like it's a song. So turn it on and sing along. It's alright if it goes wrong. Just keep calm and carry on. And sing along.
Sabay nating tuklasin mga talentong ating angkin. Di mo man lubos tong alam, dahan-dahan mo ring matutunan. Mapi ang ating gabay, pasiglahin ang ating buhay. Ilabas ang natatanging angkin, bawat isa'y may husay at galing. Tayo'y gumuhit, magpinta, kumanta, tumugtog ng gitara. Sumayaw, maglarot, magsaya, ng kalusugan natin ay sumigla. Tayo'y gumuhit, magpinta, kumanta, tumugtog ng gitara. Sumayaw, maglarot, magsaya, ng kalusugan natin ay sumigla. Palakasin ang ating katawan, tamang pagkain, isaalang-alang. Ugaliin natin ang kalinisan, ng sakit ay maiwasan. Mapi ang ating gabay, pasiglahin ang ating buhay. Ilabas ang natatanging angkin, bawat Pinoy may husay at galing. Tayo'y gumuhit, magpinta, kumanta, tumugtog ng gitara. Sumayaw, maglarot, magsaya, ng kalusugan natin ay sumigla. Tayo'y gumuhit, magpinta, kumanta, tumugtog ng gitara. Sumayaw, maglarot, magsaya, ng kalusugan natin ay sumigla. Umawit, yumugyog, umindak sa tunog, tumakbo at handang maglaro. Lahat ay sumabay, tayo ay kumaway, ipinta, kulay ng ating buhay. Tayo'y gumuhit, magpinta, kumanta, tumugtog ng gitara. Sumayaw, maglarot, magsaya, ng kalusugan natin ay sumigla. Tayo'y gumuhit, magpinta, kumanta, tumugtog ng gitara. Sumayaw, maglarot, magsaya, ng kalusugan natin ay sumigla. Tayo'y gumuhit, magpinta, kumanta, tumugtog ng gitara.
Now at this time, let us have the courageous people behind the third part of our program for today. The ones who are in charge for the launching of CamHi Salud Wellness Program Jingle Making Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Ma'am Mia Abante and Ma'am Azel Mejorado. Hi, ma'ams. How are you doing? Ma'am Azel, how are you?
I'm great, ma'am, and I'm looking forward dun sa mangyayari and yung mga isasubmit o isusumiteng mga jingle na isasabit sa amin.
Yes, Ma'am Azel, we are all excited about it. How about you, Ma'am Mia? How are you?
Okay, I'm feeling good. So thank you for asking. And also, I hope you're also feeling good. And the audience who are watching us right now, I hope they're feeling good as well.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am, and Ma'am Azel and Ma'am Mia for those very positive words. Now, just like earlier, ma'am, for more appreciation of the program, I have here two questions for the two of you, one for each other. And these are all about our event, the third part of the program, which is CamHi Salud Wellness Program Jingle Making Contest. So let me start with Ma'am Mia. Ma'am, this is your question. Which outcome of CamHi Salud Wellness Program has urged you to pursue this jingle making contest and why?
Okay, so the outcome, the Psychosocial Wellness Committee would like to recognize is for the objective of the CamHi Salud Wellness Program to be translated into music and lyrics. And also, the winning entry will be its theme song of the CamHi Salud Wellness Program. If you can recall, during the launching, the music that was used was Isang Bilyong Babaeng Babangon. So, it was the theme song of the 1 Billion Rising Movement. So, it was held last 2013. So, we all know naman that there are a lot of CamHi personnel, so both coming from the teaching and non-teaching personnel who are very gifted musically. So, we can attest to that. So, the contest for the jingle making contest was laid down. So we hope that through this, magkakaigwa siya the CamHi Salud program will have its own music. The CamHi personnel can truly capture and define what the program is all about.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Mia, for those two reasons. Why is it there's a need for us to have this jingle? So one is, of course, to cater the multiple intelligences of the teachers here, focusing on musicality on music, and at the same time, to give a CamHi Salud Wellness Program its originality through music. Thank you very much, Ma'am Mia. Ma'am Azel, this is my question for you. Ready, ma'am? Yeah, so much ready. So, Ma'am Azel, what inspires you and the team to work on music and words instead in relation to CamHi Salud Wellness Program?
Actually, Ma'am Lyra, our team believes that music provides unity with the aid of influential words in it. Music serves as a universal language that everyone appreciated and acknowledges. Through music, a powerful connection begins. This jingle writing contest is aimed to encourage the participation of musically talented teachers and non-teaching personnel in the creation of a jingle that is captivating and sending a strong message by using the creative imagination. At kami po sa Psychosocial Wellness ng CamHi Salud Program ay naniniwalang may magpapakita ng kanilang itinatagong talento na siyang magpapalutang sa mensaheng nais ibahagi ng CamHi Salud. Muli, balikan natin yung sinasabi o yung mga kataga na basta nag-CamHi, matibay.
Yes, undeniably, ma'am. Thank you very much. That aside from catering our multiple intelligences or our music, we also want to give uniqueness and originality to. Actually, CamHi Salud program is a big project, so it indeed deserves something big as well. And one is an original music from one of our talented teachers here. So we will know that soon, right, ma'ams? Thank you once again, Ma'am Mia and Ma'am Azel, for showering us with your creativity as we work on this jingle making contest. And undeniably, like what I've said a while ago, teachers always think outside and beyond the box. Now, to know the criteria and mechanics on this jingle making contest, let us hear it from Ma'am Mia Obante, one of the program's committee members.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Lyra. So, here are the mechanics for the jingle writing contest. The mechanics are, the jingle writing contest is open to all CSNHS teaching, permanent and non-teaching personnel, permanent or casual position. The jingle entry must be an original composition by the contestant. It may be a solo work or a collaboration of two or more from the same department. Lyrics content and/or theme in Bicol dialect must focus on the CamHi Salud Wellness Program objectives. Political, sexual, or offensive contents in the lyrics are strictly prohibited. Composition must be upbeat and danceable. The contest is free to utilize any means of musical accompaniment. The song duration covers 3 to 5 minutes, inclusive of the intro and extra. The criteria for judging are 50% for musicality and 50% for lyrical content. Entries can be submitted via email to csnhsregistrar@gmail.com in MP3 file with attached lyric sheet that contains the information, including the title, arranger, singer, about the contestant and his piece. The deadline for the submission of entries is on October 29, 2021 at 5 o'clock p.m. No double submission or updates of entries will be admitted. The organizers are not responsible for any copyright or ownership issues that may be associated with the entries submitted. Winners will be announced during the CamHi Salud Wellness Program, Intellectual Wellness, on November 2021. So winner will receive 7,000 pesos. All other entries will receive 2,000 pesos each. Participation in the contest implies full knowledge and acceptance of these regulations.
Thank you, Ma'am Mia. So let us just wait for the announcement of winners on November, and I am sure that everyone is thrilled for that. Now, this program might have come to an end already, but not the memories and learnings for sure. To give the closing remarks, let us all welcome Ma'am Lynn R. Prilles, our Assistant Principal 2 for Operations and Learner Support.
To our very supportive Public Schools District Supervisor, Sir Michael Del Rosario. To our energetic, kind, and equally supportive School Principal, Sir Jojo Alferez. To the gorgeous Assistant Principals, Ma'am May and Ma'am James. To the Department Heads, Sir Jo, Sir Dex, Ma'am Irms, Ma'am Elsa, Ma'am Banji, Ma'am Ara, and Ma'am Nympha. To the General PTA President, Mr. Ariel Presado. And to all of you, our dear teaching and non-teaching personnel, a pleasant afternoon, everyone. Psychosocial wellness, as what we learned, focuses on uplifting the intrapersonal and interpersonal relationship. Our relationship with ourselves, being mindful of what we are doing and what we are thinking, and also how we treat others. From what we learned, part of the psychosocial wellness is to effectively manage conflicts. Conflicts are part of an organizational structure. It can be a motivator that generates new ideas and innovation, but it can also contribute to the loss of productivity and can cause mental health issues on our colleagues. For all those things that we heard, the bottom line is to treat others as what we would like ourselves to be treated. Gusto taning respeto, manginot na kita sa pagpahiling ng respeto. Gusto taning karahayan, manginot na kita sa pag-ibuning karahayan, asin sa pagpahiling kaiyan. Magpahiling ning pagkamot sa lambang saro. Sabi nga ni, love begets love. Ultimately, what we think and do are geared towards the attainment of the Department of Education's goal on developing our learners that will contribute meaningfully to building our nation. At this point, may I take this opportunity to acknowledge and give thanks to our Committee on Psychosocial Wellness, headed by the Chair, Ma'am Bambi Remocillo. the Senior High School Guidance Counselors, Ma'am Mercy and Miss Ava, and the lovely Miss Mia Abante, the Senior High School Registrar. To Ma'am Asel Mejarado of the Filipino Department, and of course to our very supportive General PTA President, Mr. Ariel Presado, for making this activity possible. Of course, to the ICT team for their technical support with Mr. Montado, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Marquez, Mr. Pacunza, Mr. Mechoro, and Mr. Hoven. This program, of course, will not be as beautiful as it is today without our lovely and articulate moderator and host, Miss Lyra Godoy. So let us all give them a virtual round of applause. Thank you. Before I end, let me once again remind everyone that as the number of COVID-19 cases are still high, let us always be reminded by these three things. First, always place a high value in life. Respecting and caring for one's life should move us to be always careful and, if possible, to make no unnecessary activities that would expose ourselves and our loved ones to the virus. Second, follow our government authorities. Always be reminded of the minimum health protocols by the IATF. And lastly, guard against a casual attitude. COVID-19 is still here and very real. Pasiguro man po girare kita gabos. With that, thank you so much everyone and God bless. A pleasant afternoon once again.
Thank you, Ma'am Lynn, for the genuine guidance and support as we conduct activities such this. To our dearest teaching and non-teaching staff, thank you so much for being with us today as we learn more and explore our psychosocial wellness. Moreover, I would also like to express my deepest gratitude to all the committee in charge for a successful activity which definitely helped us in one way or another. And of course, we would not end this program without giving a shout out to our ICTSS or our Technical Working Group headed by Sir Albert Juntado. Thank you so much, sirs and ma'ams, for always doing things easier for all of us. And you as our viewers, our teaching and non-teaching staff, please do not forget to fill in our evaluation form at the end of this program and to log out, definitely. Now, undoubtedly, you and me, together, we can make a better version of we. Once again, this is Ms. Lara Pigodoy, and we are now signing off. Have a blessed day.